Good evening. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. How are you? Hello, hello. Come on in. I'm excited to see you this Sunday evening. I hope you have a nice week. I hope you have nice plans for next week as well. It's been busy and it's getting nothing but busier. Yep, it is. October is right around the corner, and then November, and then the good old December. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe how fast my calendar is filling up with all kinds of different things. Say hi when you get here. Straighten that out just a little bit. Today, I'm going to work again with Gathering Moments, but just a little bit. Hey, Roz, I'm just adding Gathering Moments in with Gingerbread Man, the Gingerbread Man bundle. So cute. Hey, Brenda. Yeah, I'm going to add those together. I'm going to use some folders. We're going to have some folder fun tonight. And we're just going to put a cute little gingerbread man together. Now, hi, Karen Kirshner. Most of you, or maybe not, but most of you probably think of gingerbread men for Christmas. I know that I start making gingerbread around Thanksgiving just because I have this amazing recipe and my family absolutely loves it. So they can't wait till Christmas. So I was thinking that I would do Thanksgiving themed cards using this ginger guy. And you could even use him as a mummy for Halloween. You know, he's a little man shaped, so you can just use him for various things. So let's get started with this bundle, and we're gonna, like I said, gonna combine it with Gathering Moments because I am going to make gingerbread cookies for the Thanksgiving holiday as well. So I like the word gather that's in the Gathering Moments stamp set. Okay, I'm going to turn you down. Everybody's popping in now. Welcome, welcome. Here we go. Oh, it's a little high for me right now. Let me see here. I have to stand on my tippy toes. Are you kidding me? You work first time? Well, thank you, Lord. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. This is my Sunday night Facebook Live. Hi, Annie. Here's where you can shop with me. And you can watch my replays on YouTube. And my channel is Beverlee Morales Stampin' Up. Email me anytime you wish about anything at all right here at bofun44@icloud.com. All right, that's just my little housekeeping in case somebody's new. I'm using Basic Beige today, both ink, paper, and Cajun Craze, both ink and cardstock, I should say, not paper. I'm using two folders, the Forever Plaid, and then the Gathering Leaves Embossing folder as well. That's a good combination of texture right there. Okay. Then I'm using just two stamps from the Gathering Moments stamp set. Those of you that got this after seeing my owls and my cards, you have the Gather and you have the acorn here. You have mushrooms. You have some great, great, great sentiments. But I'm going to be using those two stamps tonight. None of the dies from that bundle. And then I'm going to use the Gingerbread Man. Whoops, wrong dies here. Gingerbread Man bundle. And look how cute he is. Look how big the die is. And look at, hi Maria. Look at these guys holding hands. They're just so cute. I love that you can make a little tag. It's not too little using these guys. Okay, I'm also going to use something that hopefully you've purchased is the party banners. Dies, and I'm using this one here. But look at, hi Jean, look at all of these banners. Lord, I love them. Love them, love them, love them. Okay, so that's what I'm using. And I'm also embellishing a little bit with the Gathering Moments in the, hi Lena, in the suite. You can get the Early Espresso and Old Olive linen thread. I'm going to use the Old Olive tonight. And then I'm going to also pull in from that suite these beautiful Cajun Craze gold dots, because the gingerbread man I'm making is this Cajun Craze color. All right. So I did a few things in advance, and one of them was I cut out this banner. And did I bring any? No, I didn't bring any scrap paper with me. So I'm going to take this little banner and I'm going to take the stamp gather, because we gather together for Thanksgiving, right? You guys have plans yet? You know, I never have plans this far in advance. But my grandson, who lives at the Oregon, California border, my grandson, he called and he asked, now get this, Grammy, can Emily and I come for Thanksgiving? Well, I had been told a while back that Emily goes home to her parents' house in Virginia. And so I was delighted because I didn't think I'd see them. Hi, Connie. Hi, Stephanie. And so I said, yes. He goes, well, I have more to ask. And I said, okay. He goes, can Emily's parents come as well? Now, they live in Virginia. Now I'm using the basic beige ink with the acorn stamp to stamp on this banner here. I'll continue my story in a minute, but when I first stamped this, I hadn't used basic beige in a while, and look how green that came out. So I was about to call Stampin' Up and say, my basic beige ink pad looks green, a beautiful green, I might add. But as it dries, it became the basic beige. So just wanted to point that out in case that happened to anybody else, or it happens to you, you won't freak out like I did. Well, I didn't freak out, but anyway, so there's my little banner there. I'm going to clean off my stamps with a baby wipe because I forgot to wet my cleaner here. So I'll just use a baby wipe since they're right here next to me. So back to Bryce and Emily. So I said, oh, absolutely. He says, but Grammy, we want to stay a week. I said, oh, how nice. I'm going to have you guys here for a week. And he goes, yes, and Emily's parents too. You know, yes. Is it an honor that your grown children want to bring people to your house for a whole week? I think so. I'm looking at it as, well, I'm so glad, one, that he feels comfortable enough to ask us that, and two, that the parents want to come and meet us and stay here. So then my other grandson, he's going to have his girlfriend's going to have a baby in January. And they asked if we could have a baby shower. Guess when? Weekend before Thanksgiving. So we've got the baby shower to plan and get ready for. We've got company coming for over a week. And one of our my other daughter's best friends lives in Georgia. Well, she's coming to the baby shower. She wouldn't miss it. She's like my daughter as well. She wouldn't miss it. And so she's staying with us. So some of the days are overlapped. And I just noticed that my ribbon scissors are not right in front of me. And that kind of makes me get a little worried. So you're going to see me struggle with ribbon today because I don't see them. I don't know where I left them. Okay, so there's a little bow right there. Isn't that a cute little tag? And with that banner set, you can just make tags any size you want. There's a whole big selection of them. And you can stamp them or run them through folders, both, and make hi Marie, super good cute tags. Okay, so I put too many glue dots on that ribbon, and we're just going to lay it there like that. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to come over here and show you the card. Look at this little guy. Remember I said he can be a tag because the die cuts him out holding hands? See what I mean about gathering and an acorn and a ginger girl? This is a girl. I put the bow up here, and I'm going to show you 2 different ways you can use that bow. Here's the background folder from the Gathering Moments, and then you open it up, sugar and spice and everything nice. Oh, thank you guys for the hearts. And I made her, or him, well, her, she's got a bow, plaid, because I just wanted her to be a little different. Now look at the size of this die. It's this almost as big as the whole card. I screamed out loud when I saw this die. I love the size. And I'm just trying to thinking of all kinds of different ways we can use her. I think if you're going to come to open house on October 2nd, first Thursday in October, I think we're going to use, we are going to use the gingerbread person in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you love her. All right. So here again, I showed you the die already, but let me get it here. And I have my cardstocks, which I already mentioned are Cajun Craze and Basic Beige. I have 2 4x5 1/4 for the inside and the outside. And then this is to cut out the gingerbread person. So put my thread away since I already made the bow and get my machine. Yeah, so October 31st, Halloween, I'm going to go to my other daughter's house. She lives about 3 hours away from me. And I love to go to her house for Halloween because she has a block where tons of kids come. And she builds a bonfire in the driveway, and she puts up her big screen blow-up movie screen and puts on a children's movie, and the kids love it. So I love to go there for Halloween. So that's what we're going to do. And then the madness begins after that. Oh my goodness. But you know, what's better than family, right? All right. So there is the gingerbread people holding hands. It's like that. That's cute. Like I said, you can fold it right at the seam there and make a little tag and be done. Just decorate them how you want and send a small card. I'm calling it a tag, a small card. Now I'm going to, while this is here, I'm going to use this excess paper that didn't get cut up before I put it away. And I'm going to take this little die that comes in the bundle of the Gingerbread Man bundle. And I'm going to run it through the machine twice because I love the little rickrack that gingerbread men have. And you do need take your pick tool to punch out the little dots, the little holes in the die so you can get the paper out. And look at this. Are you in love already? I sure am. Okay, let's do that again. I need 2 of them. Yeah, so my daughter's very organized. She's got the schedule for the baby shower all planned out. Of course, we have to get it approved by mommy. And it's going to be adorable if mommy likes it all. If she doesn't, then we'll have to change it. But we're hoping I don't know how she couldn't like it, honestly. But, everybody's got different tastes. So, and my grandson, too, he has to like it. Let's see. Do I have to cut anything else out? No, I don't. Because in advance, I cut out the bow. And this is the other part of the bow. And I just cut these guys out. And in advance, I cut out the little eyes. You can see them that I got them really close, the little eyes. And there's 3 sets of eyes in these dies. There's little girl eyes because they have like the eyelash. And then the little boy plain eyes. And then the little mouth. And then I forget what the other eyes are. I think they're just regular round. Oh, there's a winking one. It's like that. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Vera. Okay, so I think I've cut everything out, but we're going to get my other machine over here. And we're going to use that with the folders. So let's do this one first. Let's use the Forever Plaid. but I want to make my little gingerbread person plaid. And on this one, I did the whole thing. I put the whole thing in here because this is a big one. And so I think I will just do that again. You could just put half in there if you want and leave this plain, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take my ink. This is where I need scrap paper. Otherwise, I'm going to make a mess. Okay. So I'm opening it up, and I'm going to ink up with Cajun Craze ink the top part of the folder that says Stampin' Up. And I'm just going to go direct to to folder. And you can get this as dark or as light as you wish. The more you tap on here, the darker it will get. And each time you do it, it's going to be different. So just know that. Okay, now I'm going to take my gingerbread guys and lay them on the part that does not have any ink and close it up and run it through my machine. I have the spine of the folder going in first. And that's a must. You don't want to put the open end of your folders in first because somehow, some way, you'll end up cracking the spine. So we always want to remember to do that. I'm going to need the folders, this machine again. Okay, this time it's a lot lighter than last time, and I'm going to put them together and fold them up like that. Now, if you are not happy with the ink that's on there, you wanted more, you can add more with either direct to paper. I'll show you that. Or you could take a sponge and go lightly over that and not have it as dark. So I'm just going to take my time and tap ink on here until I get it looking the way I want it to look. I really like the plaid lines to be darker, so they show up well. And then the white spots in there, I'm going to take a dauber. I'm going to make sure it's clean. It doesn't have another color ink on there. And I'm going to take most of it off because I don't want to go real dark. And then I'm just going to color in there because I want my gingerbread person to look like they got baked. So you can ink up your folder a lot more than I did, and then you won't have to do this part. Or you can do this to control the color more, whichever you like to do. Okay, so now we've got our gingerbread girl, and I'm gonna grab another half of the gingerbread girl. So I ran another one through, and I cut it in half where they hold hands, and I'm gonna stamp sugar and spice and everything nice. Because I think at dinner and after dinner for dessert, we will have sugar and spice and everything nice for Thanksgiving dinner. You know what? That's not the one I want. We're going to eat. We're going to majorly eat. So I'm going to do seasons eating. And I'm going to put that right in the little tummy area. Okay. Now I'm going to take this one because this one is completely plaid, right? So I'm going to take my glue. I wouldn't have been able to stamp Season's Eatings on all this plaid. So I cut out another one, and I cut it in half like I mentioned. And then I will just set it down right on top of the plaid one. Line it up, and you've got your little tag. Okay, now we're going to take our bow. There is a die, and it's got a complete bow in there. It's got the tails and the little button for the middle and then the bow. But I did it in advance, and I think I used a mini glue dot for this. So I'm just going to put a dot on here, press and pull. And then I'm going to set it at an angle right there. Then I'm going to take a mini glue dot and I'm going to see if it fits. I don't remember if I had to cut it in half or not. Yeah, it's too big. So let's cut it a piece off of the dimensional. I think I said mini glue dot again. And we're going to set it on this little square that comes out when you cut the bow. And pull the backing off. Little bitty pieces here. But it's worth it. The bow is so cute. And stick that right in the middle and see how it finishes it off. Now, if you don't want to add that little bow, if it's too much work for you, you can add just one of the dots or sequence or something like that. But see how cute that bow is? Now, it also cuts out this piece, which you would put under here if you wanted a big bow. But I don't want a big bow because I don't want this hiding her eyes and things. See how cute that is? But I don't want that this time, so I decided to use it as a little scarf around her neck. So we're going to add that now, and I'll add that with the mini glue dot as well. Even the mini glue dots are a little bit bigger than this center part, so I'm just going to fold it on itself and stick it down. And then I'm going to take one of my little dots here, the Cajun Craze gold dots. And I think I'll take a medium one and stick it right down there. All coordinates so well. Okay, let's do the eyes. So I'm just going to put an itty bitty dot of glue. And when I mean itty bitty, I mean capitalized itty bitty. And you might need take your pick tool, which I just used, and where did I set it? I hate it when I don't put things back and then I can't find them. Okay, well, wish me luck. I'm going to try to pick it up. Oh, okay, so let's put down that one. And then I'm going to put down that one. Well, that never happens. Look how cute she is with her little eyelashes. So the lighter your gingerbread person is, the more the eyes are going to show up. And then there's this little tiny mouth. And I decided to put the glue on the mouth. And again, barely squeeze and get the glue that's on the tip of your applicator. Otherwise, you know what happens. And you can have this at an angle or just straight, however you want it. It's small and it's got glue on it, so it's sticking to my fingers. I think I have it upside down. I did. I wouldn't be having this much trouble if I knew where my take your pick tool was, and I just used it. You saw me. If it was a snake, it'd probably bite me. Good grief. Okay. There we go. All right, now I just cut out 2 of these because they're kind of long. They're too long. So I said to myself, well, if I cut them in half, right in the middle, then they should work for all the places I need it, right? Okay, so I don't need one on this arm because that's where I'm going to put the tag. So I'm just going to, you can tell the front and the back definitely. So I'm just going to put a little bit glue on the back. And then I'm just going to set it right here like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. This is where your not so much glue skills come in. So if they're too short, way up here, just drag it down a little bit. And then they fit perfectly. Once you've squeezed out some glue, you pretty much just have to take it off the applicator. And then this last little one. So I was glad that I didn't have to cut it out 4 times, just twice, and then cut them in half. And then this one's just going to go, because the bow's there, you don't need it to go all the way across because the bow's covering it up. Okay, if you wanted to, you could add a little blush. You know, that's up to you. Then we're going to take our little tag and we're just going to place that there. And we're going to say gather. I think I'm going to get Emily's parents' address. See if you need your ribbon scissors. That's for sure. And maybe send them a little note that I'm excited to gather with them, get to know them. So let's put that down with the dimensional. Okay, and we've got her made. Okay, so now I'm going to clean up my desktop. And I'm going to bring over my machine again, my folder one. And I'm going to take one of the pieces, the 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to put that in the Gathering Moments folder. This one. It's got all the little fall leaves and things. Oh, guess what else is happening? I didn't mention this. I'm going to turn it sideways like this and then line it up under the line. Guess what else is happening? So I received a phone call from a follower. Never met in person, but we do know somebody. We do have a common friend. Well, she lives, I can't remember if it's Oregon or Washington State. Forgot to ask her, but she's coming to California to visit our mutual friend, and she wanted to know if I could meet with them as well. So she is coming in October, and we are going to finally get to meet. She's been following me for quite a few years, and we're going to go out to lunch. We're going to have a little glass of wine, and she's going to come back here, and so is our mutual friend, and we're going to stamp. I'm going to have a packet ready for them to make something. She is so excited, and so am I. It's just like a dream come true to finally meet someone that's been commenting and following you for so long, but you've never got to meet them in person. And her daughter lives probably like 2.5 hours maybe away from me. And that's who she's coming to see. And then her friend, and then me. She wants to meet me. So I'm just so honored. Okay, so now we're just going to take our little girl and set her on there. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you love this? You can just put glue all over the back, and you have a card that has a note card on the front. Now, of course, you know I've already made a garland with this, right? I'm not going to show it to you yet, though. It's going to make you wait a little while. It gets closer to Christmas. This makes the cutest gingerbread garland. Oh, I think I see hearts. Yay! Thank you. And then we're going to take the second piece. Make sure this looks a little big. 4 by 5 1/4. Nope, it's the right size. And this is the one where I'm going to stamp sugar and spice and everything nice, because I've already mentioned we're going to gather season's eatings, and now we're going to have some mention of sugar and spice and everything nice. So I was thinking we could use this one stamp for the baby shower too, the sugar and spice. We know we're having a little girl, and we're trying to pick names right now. Boy, are we. We've been going, oh, I'm so glad you love it. Oh, Lynn, hi, thank you. So there we go. And I will use this card as a Thanksgiving card. You can use it as Christmas too. You can change things to red and, you know, whatever you want to do. But so we're trying to think of names right now, and I'll tell you 2 that I love. But again, it's up to Julia, Mommy. I love Tatum Brooke. Their last name is Campbell. Tatum Brooke Campbell. I love that. But we'll see what she thinks. She's asked us to help her. She can't decide. Look at that. So do you love this set like I do? I think it's just adorable. And like I said, if you've got it already or if you get it soon, you can make her into a mummy for Halloween. Yes, you can. You can make garlands. And then I'm going to do something. I'm going to use her for open house, but I've got it in my head, so I don't want to talk about it yet, but I'll definitely show you prior to open house. Okay. So there you go. Thank you for being here. Thanks, Annie. I'm glad you love her. And thanks for being here. Come back next Sunday and let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.